Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this 31st day of July 2017. Tomorrow, the first day of August, is a day of sober remembrance as far as the Jewish people are concerned regarding the history of Israel. It's the 9th of Av. The 9th of Av. And it's a day when Israel remembers some of the great catastrophes that the Jewish people have faced through the years. The book of Lamentations is read, and rightly so, because it's a lament. It's a lament, first of all, because on the 9th of Av remembers the destruction of the first temple, Solomon's temple, under the invasion of Nebuchadnezzar in 586 BC. It also notes the destruction of the second temple by the Romans in AD 70. It notes the defeat of the Jews under the Bar Kokhba rebellion in AD 135 and the expulsion in 1492 of the Jews from Spain, and later dates, starting the Holocaust and most recently the expulsion of the Jews from Gush Katif in 2005. These are all days of the past, devastating catastrophes that the Jewish people faced. The 9th of Av is the time when they remember that, and yet the scriptures speak of things comparable in the future. Sadly, they will come about. The prophets speak of it. For example, Zechariah. Zechariah says in chapter 13, verse 8, it says, "In the whole land," and I'm assuming that's the land of Israel, obviously, declares Yahweh, 2/3 will be struck down and perish. That's future. Yet 1/3 will be left in all the land. 1/3 of the current population is roughly 2 million people, 2 million Jews, the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. "This third I will bring into the fire. I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name," the name of Yahweh. This is yet future. "They will call on my name. I will answer them. I will say they are my people, and they will say, Yahweh is our God." They don't say that today. They abide by rabbinic tradition that says don't mention the name of Yahweh. It's too holy. You'll be in danger of using the Lord's name in vain if you do that. Don't mention it. And so they don't. But the day is coming when they will call upon the name of Yahweh. Jesus said to the religious leaders of his day, Matthew chapter 23, verse 39, "You'll not see me. You'll not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of Yahweh." Jesus will come in the name of Yahweh. Yeshua Tenu, our salvation, will come in the name of Yahweh. It says in chapter 14, a day of Yahweh is coming. It's a day of unprecedented wrath on the part of God against all those who oppose him and his Son. Day of the Lord is coming. I will gather all nations, God says. I will gather all nations to Jerusalem to fight against it. The city will be captured, the houses ransacked, the women raped. Half the city will go into exile, but the rest of the people will not be taken from the city. It will be laid to siege by the nations that God gathers together against them. Then, at that time, when it looks like annihilation is the only possibility for the Jewish people, then Yahweh will go out and fight against those nations as he fights in the day of battle. On that day, his feet. Whose feet? Yahweh's feet. On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives east of Jerusalem. The feet of Jesus, the incarnation of Yahweh, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives. And then Yahweh, my God, will come. Jesus will come as the incarnation a fleshly representation of Yahweh. Yahweh will come, it says in verse 5. Yahweh my God will come and all the holy ones with him. That's yet future. My prayer has been and continues to be that God would so fast forward, so accelerate the events that will bring about the coming of Yahweh, our Yeshua, our Jesus. For that's the only way that they will be saved. That's the only way that a remnant will be saved. A remnant of Jews, a remnant of non-Jews, those who acknowledge Yeshua. May God make it happen. Come quickly, O Yeshua, our Yahweh. Till next week, Od Kievo Shiloh, or until Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh, Yahweh bless you, those you love, those who love you.